We've been covering the growing civil war, so to speak, between the anti-Trump and pro-Trump Republican Party. But the anti-Trump, so-called anti-Trump Republican Party is often people who were never into Trump. We are now seeing something different as a result of Donald Trump making really mild, milquetoast, uncontroversial statements about the vaccines are pretty good at keeping you out of the hospital for COVID. A bunch of actual former Trumpists have turned on Donald Trump, and some are even burning MAGA hats. I'm going to play a clip for you here of former Arizona Republican Senate candidate. What was this guy's name? I don't even remember this guy's name. Daniel McCarthy. Yes, Daniel McCarthy. He has completely turned on Donald Trump, is challenging Trump to a debate at the Trump rally scheduled for next Saturday, calls Trump, quote, a little bitch, and then uses a flamethrower to burn his own MAGA hat. This is great. This is great. And I'll tell you why in a moment. Let's take a look at the video. Let's listen.
Hey, Donald Trump, this is Daniel McCarthy in Arizona. The world is waking up to your massive grift. Please stop with the smoke and mirrors with these audits. Stop with your fundraising. Stop establishment candidate endorsements. Stop pushing this gene therapy.
Now, I have to stop there. YouTube has a policy where it's not enough that my audience knows I support and accept the science on vaccines. Every time such statements are made, like the vaccines or gene therapies, I have to rebut it every time to be in compliance with YouTube. This is what's going on. So I want to remind you guys, we have extensively debunked the notion that the vaccines are, quote, gene therapies. They are gene-based vaccines, but they are not gene therapies that change your genes. Okay, I just have to, it's important. I have to do that every time. I'm sorry.
Sauce. I hear you're coming to Florence, Arizona for another one of your do-nothing rah-rah session rallies. Well, I have an offer for you. I will give $1 million to the charity of your choice.
Wow.
If you take 30 minutes of your stage time on January 15th and debate me or answer my questions even in front of your crowd. Think about all the things that you've done that you've not been held accountable for. You ushered in medical tyranny.
That's not true. Donald Trump did not usher in any medical tyranny.
You exploded our national debt.
That's true. He did explode the national debt.
You relinquished our sovereignty with the USMCA trade deal.
That's untrue. USMCA, very similar to NAFTA, quite uncontroversial, certainly did not give up any sovereignty.
You passed more gun laws than Obama did with fixed NICS.
That I don't even know about. I'm not even sure about that one.
You warned about election fraud, but yet you did nothing to prevent it, even after my team, months in advance, warned you after we were stolen from in the Senate primary.
That's just crazy talk. That one's hard. There's so many elements to that one, it's hard to even refute.
You gave up on therapeutics, and you push an experimental gene therapy.
And again, the vaccine is not an experimental gene therapy.
People are literally dying because of their trust in you.
Now, that's interesting. People are dying because of their trust in you. There are people dying because they believed, based on Trump, that they shouldn't get the vaccine. That's not actually what Trump said. It's true people are dying because of their trust in Trump, but not for the reason that McCarthy is saying. That's kind of a complicated one.
Enacted the lockdowns, and you surrounded yourself with swamp creatures for 4 years.
He did surround himself with swamp creatures. Trump did not enact any lockdowns.
The January 6th protesters that came down to the Capitol, you set them up. Those people are being treated worse than dogs now.
So setup suggests it was, Trump just encouraged them to do what they did. It wasn't really a setup.
And these are your most loyal supporters. Trump, you failed America.
Yes.
You're the most deceptive president in American history.
That's true. That's true.
And trust me, there's been a lot of psyops before. I've posted the terms and conditions of my $1 million offer to my website, www.demanddaniel.com. I look forward to seeing you on January 15th, although I know you won't do it because you're a little bitch.
Right. And so now he's getting out of the truck and he's going to flamethrow his own MAGA hat. So the MAGAts are revolting. And there it is. Wow. And then he stomps it out. And then he drives over it with his truck. Yeah. Wow.
Trump won't ever talk to me because he knows he can't, because his family's name would be tarnished forever.
Okay, so obviously this guy's completely out of his mind. I mean, completely cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But the fact that now even Trumpists are turning on Trump is very interesting. Tomorrow, we are going to have a report about Stephanie Grisham, very briefly the press secretary for Trump. She says there's a group of 15 Republicans getting together to try to preemptively neuter Trump from ever running in 2024. So there's a very interesting counter-Trump movement even within Trumpism. We're going to talk about it. You can see the clip if you were listening to this segment. You can see the clip of this Daniel McCarthy guy flamethrowing the MAGA hat on our Instagram, which is David Pakman Show on Instagram. You can also find me on Instagram at david.pakman. Science has shown us that lowering your body temperature at night helps you sleep. I can't sleep in a hot room. That's why I love our sponsor, Chili Sleep, which makes customizable, climate-controlled sleep solutions to sleep better. Their flagship products are the Uller sleep system and the Cube sleep system, which is what I have. Both are hydro-powered, temperature-controlled luxury mattress pads. You can make them as cold as 55 degrees Fahrenheit. If you wanted, you could go as hot as 115 degrees. I like the cooler option. I keep mine at 60 degrees, and it gives me a great cool night of sleep. No feeling hot, no more sweating. I'm falling asleep faster, and it pairs perfectly with Chili Sleep's weighted Chili Blanket, which keeps you cold on top, too. Right now, Chili Sleep is running a special sale. You'll get 30% off everything when you go to chilisleep.com/Pacman. The link is right underneath this video.